Demo animation of ramp suspended basket type A installation for bridge construction by Zhejiang Xingtu Bridge Temporary Steel Structure Engineering Company Limited. Suspended baskets are mostly used in the cantilever construction of continuous beam bridges, continuous steel box girder bridges, etc. The use ratio and universality of the suspended basket are low at present due to inconsistent bridge design parameters. Xingtu Bridge Company has set up the suspended basket R&D base, hoping to reduce project costs based on the standardization and universality R&D and manufacturing of suspended basket. The company has designed a series of standard implementation schemes for installation, movement, and whole piece dismantling of suspended basket. The installation method of suspended basket varies as there are many affecting factors. In this video, we are going to introduce some common installation methods as a reference. Clean up the impurities on the box girder at the mounting section of the suspended basket. Set out the axial line of the suspended basket walking rail. Please select rail bolsters. Then align and fix them with cement mortar or a metal plate at the 18 cm plane of the rail face upward to lift and rail. And keep the rail distance at 60 cm. Put the rail bolsters of the front support as many as possible. Install the rail straightly. Keep the top surface of the rail level. And ensure the height difference of two rails are no greater than 5 mm. Install the reverse buckle on the rail before rail connection. Recheck the spacing of two installed rails. Press out the rail using the finished deformed steel bar vertically mounted in the box girder, rail bolster, screw nut, and base plate. If there is no vertical finished deformed steel bar, bury the finished deformed steel bar beforehand. Use a non-defective connector to connect the vertical bar to the lens whereby it can be anchored onto the rail. Then, recheck the rail gauge with a long ruler. Ensure that there are no less than 2 anchoring points per 2 meters rail. Install the upper fixing beam of the rail. Note that the tightening torque of the screw nut should meet the design requirements. Make the rail fixing beam perpendicular to the rail and ensure that the center distance between the rails conforms to the drawing. If there is a one-way cross slope on the top of the box girder, pay attention to differentiating the height of the front pivot and the length of the reverse buckle, and ensure that the main truss is at grade. Install the reverse buckle group and quarter, and insert the safety pin into the quarter, in particular to prevent the beam from disconnection. At the same time, set up a false work. After all the quarters on the main truss are inserted with safety pins, lift the main truss as whole piece. Put the main truss on the rail, tighten it with a chain hoist from side to side, and ensure that main truss stays vertical and is accurately positioned in the front and the back. Bolt or weld the main truss with front pivot. Pin the reverse buckle to the rear anchor box of the main truss. And install the rear anchor fixing beam on the floor at the lower end of the rear anchor rod and on the top plate. Vertically drill the rear anchor rod with steel wedge. Install the rear anchor lateral bracing and the X bracing, and weld the X bracing on the bottom plate in a staggered manner. First, bolt number 14 angel iron onto A2 rod. Lift the lateral bracing. Weld the lateral bracing with number 14 angel iron. Fully weld the connection in between and leave an 8 mm weld width. Install a longitudinal joint lever every 2 meters. First, Install the rear lower shoring. Then lift the front upper shoring above the first pin center of the main truss J4 box. Lower the boom and buster and install the boom. Install the front lower shoring. Install the bottom bracket stringer. Spot weld it onto the front and rear lower shorings according to the distance, specification and quality of the stringer in the suspended basket drawing. Install the external foam, external movable beam, and external guide beam. Before mounting the bottom plate, assemble the lifting frame on the rear end. Keep the bearing hanger before the rolling hanger. Install the bottom foam, the internal movable beam, and internal foam at pre-compression test. Keep the bearing hanger before the rolling hanger. The operating platform of the suspended basket is divided into the operating platform of front upper shoring, main truss passage, and access ladder. Operating platform of rear lower shoring at side passage of bottom bracket. First, install platform yoke at the pivot, then the operating platform of front upper shoring. Lay the first steel ramp, then lay the others along both sides. Arrange 3 platform yokes below each steel ramp. Finally, install the barrier. Steps to install the operating platform of the rear lower shoring. First, mount a U-clamp on the rear lower shoring, bolted with an L-shaped rack. Next, let the steel wrap as per the scheme. Last, install the barrier. At piecing together the side platform, main truss, access ladder, and passage on spot, lift them to the planned location. While installing the side platform of the bottom bracket, to prevent it from sliding to the lower rear, spot weld the platform stringer with the temporary connecting points of the lower shoring. Eventually, all the components of the suspended basket are assembled.